Hey guys, welcome to 2021 Kalash Bash. We appreciate y'all coming out and having a good time. How familiar are y'all with the actual Galil weapon system as a whole? We have a Gen 1 that's been out for 70 years, and then here recently we came out with the Gen 2. Are y'all familiar with the big differences, or go over them?
Go over them.
Yeah, roger that. Sounds good. So basically, every AK variant for the most part, or AK for that matter, isn't a true free float system. And all that really equates to you all as a shooter is that should you lean on anything, you were gonna shift point of aim, point of impact due to the muzzle or the rail touching. These guns here are our race guns that we were shooting, these three yesterday. They're all Gen 1s. These RS regulate rails, and then our factory handguards interface with the barrel in 2 points of contact. Doing some demos down with the Border Patrol, we found that going against like a hard, Ford Explorer or something in that nature on a C-clamp, we were actually able to twist into that and shift point of aim, point of impact. The Russians actually found this out the quickest, and that's why you have an AK-12, which is a free float system. So on the Galil Gen 2, what we did is we elongated the front of the receiver. So if you look at the front of this receiver, it interfaces at 4 points of contact. You've got 2 bolts on the left and the right, and then you've got some going across as a cross member. All that allows you to do is that barrel, besides the piston and the piston housing itself, creates a true free float system for the AK within the Galil for that matter. Also for this year, due to you all's demand, okay, he yelled at me. Oh, you didn't tell me that.
You want me to amplify your voice?
Yeah, that's fine.
There he is.
Jeremy's always
demo.
we all know.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest.
We can't do that.
I like your grade bigger.
Oh man.
You're welcome.
Am I waiting? Okay.
Yeah. In my car though. Sorry.
Yeah.
You mean like mosquito spray or just regular?
So is this your karaoke thing?
My karaoke has like 70 different voice changes.
I don't want that.
Make them sound like Kanye. We all do want that though.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, so like I was saying, guys, the biggest advantage we added on the Gen 2 was to give you the true free float system. What that allows you to do is, should you actually barricade lean, hard lean into anything, even as a bipod, if you have a bipod on the weapon system and you actually load that bipod for a precise shot at distance, you're not going to have those issues anymore. Along with that, on the Gen 2, we shortened the safety. Almost everything that I'm going to go over with on that Gen 2 was really from y'all's feedback. So some companies don't really look at their social media. If you are on our social media or any of the forums for that matter that IWI is active on, myself, Hector, Adam, and all of our pro shooters are super active in that. So we're looking at what you as customers demand. Y'all wanted 13-inch barrel guns. We brought those into the country. Y'all continue to chat my ass about 5.45. We brought them into the country. Rock and Lock 5.56s. We brought those into the country. So shorter safeties, better triggers, the ability to use different stocks. All of this came from you as the end user actually wanting and demanding excellence as a company. And frankly, that's what every company should be wanting to do when it comes to commercial goods or military goods. No different, right? So with the Gen 2, like I said, it was a combined effort between what we were seeing on the military, what we were seeing with law enforcement around the country and other countries, and then what you all as end users continue to ask. So like I said, that far one right there, that's Adam's Gen 2. He's got Hollow Sun stuff on it. The next two are 3, I guess you could say, those are Gen 1s. They're just, you can see the big differences. The receiver is still a milled receiver. Both the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 start as a 20-pound block of steel, and then we go to machining. It's not a stamped piece of sheet metal. Nothing wrong with that world either, but just the 2 differences and the added cost with that, right? We're still looking at new things and what we can do. Different calibers, with our 5.56 gun running M4 Stang mags, that does give us the ability, should we want to do 300 blackout. Ammo is available, so we could do that. We are looking at 9x39 in the Galils. Ammunition could be dependent. They are depending factor on that particular case. Basically, when I got to the company, not a lot of emphasis was being put on this weapon system, as we are more known for our bullpups. I mean, there's 72 countries using a bullpup of some sort that we make as their primary means of defense. When I got here, I focused a lot on the bullpup still, but the Galils and you all as a community continuing to comment and things of that nature on our social media. But as an IWI as a whole, it's an 80-year-old company. Our entire focus up until 2012 was building mass-scale weapon systems for bulk governments, specifically the IDF. Everything that the IDF uses or anything that we want to prototype out, we can actually get in actual sector within a given time. So if we have a new product come out, for example, anything, we've already given it to the IDF for actual testing in a live environment, not a controlled environment in a range somewhere, but here's the desert of Negev, go shoot it and hammer into it. Throw it in the Dead Sea. Let's see what salt's going to do to it instead of just a salt spray. Let's hammer into our guns and actually see what's going to happen with them. So I think that's part of arguably why our guns are so reliable, but also why we continue to push the bar of what can our weapon systems do and what can we make them do. With that, we appreciate everybody coming out. Any questions, I can answer them. We did bring our Negevs as well. They're cooling off, our belt feds. There's 14 total Negevs in the country outside of the ones we have in the U.S. As far as at IWI US. That's the only belt fed machine gun in the world, for that matter, that has a semi-automatic feature. So you can actually get a precise shot in semi-automatic, or you can bring the hate pretty quickly with fully automatic with the belt fed. The 5.56 does run a standard M4 mag, so we've put D60s in it. It's got 3 positions on the gas setting: magazine fed, belt fed, and adverse. The 7.62x51 NATO has a regular setting and then an adverse setting as well. Basically, adverse is you've been laying some hate pretty hard for the last couple hours. You need to clean the system out. You're basically giving it full gas. Let the weapon system clean itself out. Bring it back to regular so you can continue to clean it. It's basically a self-cleaning process. Don't have time for weapon systems to go down. If you think about it, Israel, right, wrong, and different, right? It's the country, it's the size of New Jersey with the population base of New York, and everybody around them wants to kill them besides the Mediterranean. So everything they have to have has to stay up and running, has to be reliable, and has to stay that way for long term. So cold hammer forged barrels, full mil spec, everything, drop test. We don't make the lightest guns known to man. I mean, I will be the first to tell you, we have some weight behind our guns, but it's because you see our guns in service for longer than 10, 15, 20 years. All they're doing is getting small key components updated, but the barrel, receiver, things of that nature, rarely do we actually ever see them take a crap on us for the most part. Any questions? Comments, concerns? No? I got an idea. Oh. I can't see your hands. Yeah.
When are you going to make a rifle version of the 5.45?
Rifle version 5.45, so a 16-inch, correct? Importation's been a problem, right? Our current president's not a big fan of importing weapon systems, so we are working on bringing in guns. We are an importer, for that matter. We are also working on manufacturing here in the U.S. as a secondary failsafe. If, in fact, we do have an importation ban, we will be able to get things up and running here in the U.S. That's been our constant feed. But to answer your exact question is, this year. We will have 5.45 rifles this year.
Thank you.
What's that, bud?
I said thank you.
Hey, no worries. We got another one. Go ahead, bud.
This might be the only question you get about this, but is there still a future for the Uzi?
The Uzi, there's always a future for something to be sold, right? With this brace thing in the air, we'll end up just probably selling it without the brace, and then it's got the ASIN and SB Tactical and other people, J-Mac and whatnot, have made 1913 ASINs for them, so we would still sell them, maybe not in the volume, but if we can legally sell something, we are going to continue to drive that. We are looking at the Uzi as well. I'd love to see a 10 mil come back in the Uzi. So, like I said, guys, I'm very active on social. I look at what y'all's comments on everything, and it's just, I mean, Hector, he's our U.S. procurement manager. I have a whiteboard that's 6 foot by 6 foot, and I just write down notes. And once I see it enough, then I start investigating the process of what it would take to bring it into the country or make something to get it into this country. Because I'd love to see the Galil Sniper come in the country, but 20-inch barrel might cause me some problems. But also like a 6.5 or even update it and go after that the art Dragunov RPD world. So things in that nature. Trying to work through it. Anybody else? Either one, bud.
Well, there's one that just came to mind. Any plans for Rock and Lock 308?
Yeah, good question. Rock and Lock 308. So we are currently in the U.S. looking at various manufacturers who make that magazine as a factory direct mag. Obviously, Magpul made the 545 P mag, so made it super simple. If we can get somebody to make a reliable metal mag in volume, right? Like, there are people who make it, but if you can make 200 a month, that's not going to help me because I sell more than that in an hour than what they can make in a month. So we're looking at different people that can help that, and then we will send the mag over to Israel. The 545 needed some slight tuning to run the PMAG and make sure the bait lights, the PMAGs, and everything ran reliably. Some slight tuning on the angles. So no different here. If we can find the right people to make us at volume, we'll send them over to Israel and get it straightened out. Same thing with the 9x39. We've sent ammo over there. We've sent mags. We'll see how that works out. What's up, bud?
That first batch of 545 guns that came in, they were like 500.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to start making those more regular, or is there
So,
those?
yeah. So on Gen 1, just those. Gen 2, full line. 8.3, 13, 16. So everything in Gen 2 has an 8.3, 13, and a 16. Anything in Gen 3, or Gen 2, excuse me. So 5.45, 5.56, 7.62x39. There is not a Gen 2 at the current moment of 308. Still Gen 1, so you have 11.5 and a 16, basically. So, Clay, here. You come up with a question or a number, or however you want to do this, but we will give away a Galil of their choice. So you have to figure out how we're going to do this.
Be creative, Dave. Make it fun. On the spot.
If he wins, it's going to be an awkward situation.
Yeah, I wanted
To battle it out? That's on you, bud. I will give away a Galil. Tony and Clay figure out how I give it away.
Dance off.
You gotta get a good challenge going.
Okay. Who thinks they run real fast?
Right here.
You two look pretty high.
So if we're done, I'll run a special.
All right.
Get high. I know I don't, but I'll try it. I'll risk
Now
it.
listen, you got 2 plates of steel downrange, right? Yes. Right now, listen.
Blanks.
Coin.
I'm just trying your board for this shit.
There's a coin at the base of each plate.
Don't have my patrol on anymore.
Turn with that coin.
Okay. Does this make it?
Turn that coin.
I think you have control.
Is this really a foot race for a fucking gun?
Jeremy is in the center. In case you do not know the rules, this is a heads-up drag race. There are no jumps. There are no jumps. Stretch it out, boys. Whatever you got to do. Deep breath. The coin must be placed in his hand. No pushing, no shoving.
Rachel, go forward.
All right, left lane, are you ready? Give me a nod. Right lane, are you ready? Here we go. Go, 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 go! All right, come on! Oh, right lane's got him. Hey, there's one on each side. There's one on each side. There's one on each side. That's what you get for not listening to the rules. Yes! Woo! Congratulations. All right, now go lay down. Oh my goodness. Hey, he earned that. He earned that. Well done. The look on that face, man, he was ready to risk it all. Dude, he was seeing tunnel vision. He was seeing tunnel vision. Guys, let's give it up. I mean, can you believe that just happened? Let's give it up for IWI. That was next level. Hey, there's more Galils on the prize table that you guys are going to get a chance to win. So that is awesome. They gave way more than they were supposed to, and they do that every year. And you guys come out every year. You've been a supporter from the very beginning, so thank you. And I'm going to let you close this out.
Well, hey, don't run off. At the end of the day, none of this would be possible without you three, right? And so everybody, for them, right, this wouldn't happen. You know, a lot of people focus on the M4 in this country, and that's great and all, but you two saw an avenue to get this the group. Yeah, absolutely. But you all as a group saw the camaraderie in this community and brought it together. And like I said, without you all and Mike and Lan, none of this happened. So again, thank you. We appreciate it from IWI. We have stuff on the prize table. We'll continue to do that. Obviously, Rock is coming up as well. Everybody, it's interesting. Everybody supports each other, and that's what's so great about this community. So, are you shooting it though?
I'm gonna shoot a full auto.
Yeah. So next year we're talking about doing a couple full auto squads, all belt fed or machine gun squads. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all coming out.
Guys, real quick. So Jeremy doesn't take enough credit. He's a little bit humble for himself. IWI didn't do all this stuff to the level they did until Jeremy started getting on board as the sales president. So if you see him shake his hand and say thank you, this stuff didn't happen like it happens now. You weren't giving Galil's away for running down range. That's good for this guy.
That doesn't like talk. Let's make him talk. That's great. Anyways, guys, we appreciate it. Grab some stuff at the prize table. I'll see y'all this afternoon. We'll have some more patches and stuff. I'll be walking around the prize table and the award ceremony tonight and give them out for there. So if y'all see us, grab it. And then next year, I hope to see you shoot a Galil. If not, I hate it for you. But I'll be shooting the Galil. See, that's what I mean. But we always do something special for the guys that are shooting Galil. So work that out your own way. But probably next year, I'm thinking about doing a little barbecue for them also. We'll see.
All right, guys, we go hunt 2 minutes. Thanks for stopping by.